I told you we should have sold that 10x Thera stock when it spiked to $4. What are you, crazy? Yeah, hold, always hold. All you ever want to do is hold shares, up, down, hold. What's wrong with? Oh, I'm sorry. I was just conferring with an associate on some important business matters. My name is DannyDealz. Thank you for tuning in to Un Poco Mas, the show where we give you just a little bit more. The show is produced today, like every day, by executive producer extraordinaire Hurricane Lopex. Today, I would like to talk to you about Tenax Therapeutics, ticker symbol TENX. The company filed their 10K today, and a user on StockTwits, omehdi, asked me to take a look and make a video. And we aim to please here on Un Poco Mas, and we aim to give you just a little bit more. So I had to take up the challenge. I read every word of this, what is this, 65-page monster, and I have had a chance to analyze it, and I want to tell you what's in it so you don't have to read through this piece of junk on your Friday and get all upset and wonder if your 10x Thera shares are ever going to go back up or if they're just going to hang around at 50 cents forever until you die of a massive, massive heart attack from the stress of owning 10x Therapeutics. No, we hope that won't happen. We don't want you to stress out too much over your investments, but I just want to bring you the new information, the highlights in this 10K so you can understand the state of the company and make an informed decision if you want to continue to hold your shares, add more down at these all time lows, or if it's time to cut bait, cut your losses, get the hell out of 10x Thera before this turd dissolves into bankruptcy and you lose everything, but you've already lost almost everything. The stock's at 47 cents. What's the point of dumping down here? Well, at least you preserve some capital. I personally am either adding or holding this stock. I'm not dumping, and this 10K does not give me any reason to dump my shares, not at 47 cents. Not on your life. So let's get into it. First off, just a brief update on what the stock is doing today. We're trading, almost a million shares. It's about 10 a.m. out here on the Pacific Coast in Los Angeles, making it about 1 p.m. out in NYC. Hope it's a great day wherever you are. 10x there has traded 900,000 shares today, sitting at 0.473. It's down 3.5%. It's basically an complete algo held day. It's been trading in these half-cent channels again. The stock has not really done a whole hell of a lot. Basically dropped to this low, all-time low on March 9th. It's tested that low again 2 more times, 3 more times. Basically, this is kind of holding support here. This is the first time it's basically, found some sort of horizontal support just below 50 before we just come down, hit that level, and bounce back up. The fact that we're holding along those levels is not extremely encouraging, but this could be a triple bottom situation. I keep saying that about this stock, but if you really look at it, it's just been consolidating sideways for about the last 6 weeks, ever since this point here on like February 9. I know it's continued to drop. It's got cut in half, and people will be like, oh, that's not consolidation. That's still dropping. Well, it's all relative, but this hedge fund can do whatever the hell they want to the stock. Um, and we can't do anything about it. We just have to follow their lead and take the opportunities that they give us and use intelligence and timing to try to beat them at their own game, or at least piggyback on them so we can make some money as well. But anyway, here's the Form 10K. It's filed. I just want to bring you some highlights from this thing. The number of shares outstanding as of March 28th, 2023. Let me blow this up a little bit. Maybe you guys can see it, but this is available on 10x Thera website. So you just click on investors, click on SEC filings, and you can download a PDF or a doc file or an HTML file or whatever the hell you want to download. So we were at 22,398. So 22.4 times 47 cents. Current market cap, according to the company as of 3 days ago, is about 10.5 million, not counting warrants. So this is about where we thought we were. Um, there is you know the business is very shaky. If you go through the risks, a lot of these are just boilerplate, but the substantial doubt about our ability to continue as a going concern is very real. This business has been right on the edge for quite a while. But if you remember in my previous video, I basically said that they need to concentrate on starting a phase 3 trial of Levosimendan. Forget about the other drug for right now. Push that back. We have very limited resources, and time is of the essence. And under the business strategy, which you'll find on page 5, that's exactly what the company says. The company is finally following the advice of DannyDealz and Hurricane Lopex. So all hope is not yet lost. Having carefully considered alternatives within the ongoing strategic process announced September 2022, which was a big turd, and having raised capital to fund the company through the first quarter of 2024. That gives you a big hint about their burn rate and how slow it is because, we only have, by my calculations, should have about 13 million, $14 million. So that means if they can get through the first quarter of 2024, that means they can fund for another year. That means we're only burning about $1 million a month, which is outstanding. Gives us time, gives us options, gives us some room to maneuver. In any case, the company has recently elected to prioritize the phase 3 testing of Levosimendan ahead of imintinib, with plans to commence a phase 3 study in 2023. Supporting the strategic decision, U.S. patent issued March 2023 covering the IV. The patent is the second patent granted to TENX on the Levo since the start of 2022. TENX believes this provides a strong precedent for the ongoing review of a third patent, which might be granted in 2023 or 2024. This prioritization of the phase 3 testing of Levosimendan places the start of the phase 3 imatinib trial likely outside of the 2023 timeframe, pending fundraising to support that trial, as well as other strategic considerations. When a company is, almost dead, their back is against the ropes, and they're trying to survive, you have to go with your best option. Levosimendan, I think, is very likely to be approved, and it is a really good commercial potential for this drug. There is a large unmet need, and this makes perfect sense. This is exactly what I was saying they should do some time ago. So, how do I estimate that they have $13 million cash on hand? You have to skip around here a little bit, but if you go down, I forget exactly where it is. They will require substantially more. It basically, if you go down to where they talk about the offering, and I should have highlighted this. Maybe I didn't, maybe I did. But yeah, so having carefully considered alternatives, having raised capital to fund the company through first quarter 2024. And then again, they talk about in here how net proceeds from the offering was, here it is. On February 3rd, 2023, we sold in a registered public offering an aggregate of 7 million, basically, shares of our common stock, an additional 1.7 million shares of pre-funded warrants, and then there's the poison pill in there. They have 17 million warrants that can be exercised at a price of $1.80. But there's only 1.7 million of the pre-funded warrants. You add that to the 6 million shares that they sold, 8.7 times the 1.80 price, you get 15.6 million, which is after all the money that they had to pay to Roth and whatever other fees were associated. They wound up with about $14 million in cash. They had 2 million. Wait, it's not here. I don't know exactly where it was, but at the end of 2022, they had $2 million. So you add that to the 14, that's 16. They've been burning about $1 million a month. They've cut expenses to almost nothing. Their rent is only $750 a month on a shared office space. They're completely out of their lease. They basically have almost no costs outside of the executive salaries. So, just ipso facto, do do, we're talking about burning about 1 million a month. They had should have been about 16 million. So if they've burned about 3 or 4 in the last quarter, they should have 13, 12 or 13 million bucks, which they think should fund them through another year. What else was actually interesting in this earnings report? Not too much. Um, Basically, in the event that they don't complete a transaction and nothing happens, if there's a dissolution, we're going to lose all our money. I mean, there's just no doubt about that. There's a lot of people who are going to be lining up to get paid who are far more important and ahead in line of DannyDealz and peons like us. So if they go out of business, we are completely screwed. And then another thing is the listing requirements. We, of course, are under $1 again. On March 29, 2023, they got another warning, so have another 180 days to comply with the $1 rule, and that gives us until September 25th, 2023 to regain compliance with the bid price rule. So they have to be over $1 for 10 consecutive days, and they need, to regain compliance. What else did I miss here? Let me go down to any other info I had highlighted. Essentially, you know, we went through the cash. They're going to go through P3 of Levo starting 2023. The imatinib has been pushed at least to 2024. But what they stress in here in the 10K is that a partner is needed. They don't have the money and they do not have the resources to get through a P3 trial on their own. It's simply not possible. So um, they are looking for a partnership, basically. This is still the case. They this company is basically a shell at this point. There isn't much left. What they have is the assets. Um, and the assets are the drugs. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit lost in this 10K. Let me just jump out of it. But I've already read it. They're basically looking for a partner that can give them some money now so they can continue as a going concern and wants to commercialize Levosimendan, and basically 10X would probably end up with a small, relatively small portion of that revenue, and some mid-size or major pharma company that partnered with them would end up with the bulk of the revenue, and that is just fine with me. The point is we need to get this thing through P3 and get it to market. That's the point of the company. It's not to destroy shareholder value. And you see in the 10K they've destroyed $290 million of shareholder value over the years, and they have like 3 million left on the books. So this has been very, very rough. Obviously, if you've been invested in this company for some time, but a partnership is needed. They are still working on that. It does not go into any details what those discussions look like at this time. They probably cannot disclose that if there are any real discussions. Also, the 17 million warrants that are exercisable at $1.80, that is going to put up a big wall as far as the stock price growing past that point. But I'm really not too worried about that because you can buy shares right now at 47 cents. So if a company has the right to buy shares at $1.80, I'm not extremely worried about that because also we are going to get more cash. Those are not pre-funded warrants. They only had 1.7 million of the pre-funded warrants. So that leads me to believe someone is above the 10% ownership threshold once you count, because that was really the point of doing the pre-funded warrants with the offering, was so a company would not, a hedge fund, a short long hedge fund would not jump over that threshold. In any case, the highlights are we have cash to get through Q1 of 2024. The company is postponing the imatinib. The company is moving forward with the Levosimendan, trying to get into a P3 trial, trying to cultivate a partnership for that P3 trial and the eventual commercialization of the drug. there's basically two things I really look at when I'm considering buying, selling, or holding a penny stock, something this risky. One, do I believe in the secret sauce, the product? And two, do I believe in the management and the game plan? This 10K has not, given me a ton of confidence, but it tells me my thinking and management are aligned. We see what is our best course of action forward, gives us the highest probability for success, and that is to focus all of our efforts on getting the Levosimendan into P3, getting a partnership for that effort, and that is the way we're going to move forward and create some actual shareholder value for us saps who have bought this stock. But anyway, my name is DannyDealz. This has been Un Poco Mas. I want to thank you for watching. We have a little hope today as TENX investors, not much. The market is still telling us we have no hope because the stock is down 2 cents today, or 4% to 47 cents even, but it's been trading in that, 46, it's been trading in that algo channel today. So it's absolutely nothing to worry about. They're going to ring out more people, and I feel like the hedge fund is accumulating shares. So again, I want to thank everyone for watching this program here today. Remember, we have the IP locked up. Pulmonary Hypertension News had this article on February 3rd. 10x granted U.S. patent for Levosimendan treatment for PH by Marissa Wexler, Master of Science. And it just goes into the fact that the IP is super solid on Levosimendan. Now, whether this thing is actually going to work and get to market is anybody's guess. Zach said, 40% chance. I think it's probably more like 60% chance this thing gets approved. FDA has already allowed a follow-on study where the company transitioned a number of patients from the IV Levosimendan to their oral formulation, and it's been well tolerated, and so the FDA has agreed to go forward with the phase 3 using the oral formulation, whereas the phase 2 was on the IV. So the FDA has given a lot of indications that they would like to approve this drug, that there's an unmet need, and that they are, giving 10x a very favorable structure for their single trial phase 3. Also, Dr. Stuart Rich, the medical director of 10x, was on the FDA advisory committee for these type of cardiology drugs, and he is about as insider gets with the FDA. So if we can get a partner, we can get approval, we're going to be cooking with gas, friends. Thanks for watching. My name's DannyDealz. I hope you guys have a great day. Remember, don't lose hope. These investments should not occupy your every waking thought. Make the best decisions you can, and then go out and enjoy your life, enjoy your weekend. Hope you guys have a great day.